Okay, here's what we're going to end up doing here today. Before I get into my regular practice in games, I am going to super analyze this one game that I played last night. So to say exactly what this is, basically this is a Terran vs. Protoss on Fighting Spirit. I'm attempting to do Flash's 2-1, just giant mech push on 3 bases, right? Like, I have it all mapped out, and we're going to go ahead and kind of take a look at every aspect of this, because obviously I can't hit it like Flash, but by looking at this very closely, we can figure out what I am doing wrong, so that I can fix it, and then do it closer to what Flash does. Alright, so I'll just show kind of, I have the entire build here, right, with timings, with supplies, and you can see, right, I have it mapped out all the way down to the move out, and that's where I want to hit, because from there the decisions get like so far out there of how you play that it doesn't matter, you can't really copy anything. But if you can hit this, right, and this is like, if you can hit basically a 1230 max with 2-1 on 3 bases, then you are really unbelievably good. This is a very hard thing to hit everything in while defending everything your opponent is doing. So we're going to be going over that, and we can start that now. I also have to show, here, let me pop that up. I have a, here we go. So I also took a first-person VOD of this with an eye tracker. So when I find tension points where I'm messing up, we can go ahead and look here and figure out, okay, what is taking my attention away that I'm missing this depot, or taking my attention away that I'm not making my tanks on time, or I'm missing a factory. What specifically is holding me up? So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. We'll mostly be on the spreadsheet in the replay, but the VOD can be a little bit useful as well. Alright. So, let's do it. Now, we can probably speed this up just a little bit. Oops. What is it? Up. Because it's pretty hard to miss the first few little buildings. Look, the 9 depot, yeah. We'll start to look right around 20 supply at the spreadsheet and make sure everything's being hit. Here it is, 1111. Okay, 14 scout. Making the marine. SCV's coming off gas. Getting ready for that next bunker on 16. Or a depot, rather. Single marine out. Scouting's going fine. Doesn't really matter what he's doing right now. We're really paying attention to what I'm doing. Just kind of chasing that around. Everything seems alright. Okay, so take a look over here. So looks like hit that, hit that, hit that, 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 hit that. This I put 3 back, but I took 1 back off, so I'm gonna go ahead with a hit that. Alright. Go back to Brood War. Oh, this guy's not mining, a little bit of a mistake. Get that add-on on 20. Going to be making the command center hopefully about 20 as well. Get a good scout off here. See the probe coming out. That's important intel. Notice how I haven't made a second marine yet. Okay, let's see. All right. I mean, it's hitting pretty well so far. So hit. And what are we looking for next? I'll be making a siege tank pretty quickly here, and a depot right after the siege tank. Back to Marines and siege tank number 2. Alright, back to Brood War. Let's take a look. Start my SCV. Might have skipped this. Oh, I lost the SCV over there. Okay, that's fine. So I'm on 23 instead of 24. If I would be on 24 otherwise. So I should be starting a depot here. There's my depot. Okay. So looks like I've hit these, and Marines should be coming up next, and then tank number 2. Back into the game. Just blocking that ramp. That's just like a little trick so you don't die to a Dragoon. Okay. That second siege tank was just a little tiny bit late. That did not start right away. Let's go back just a little bit. Let's see, we're on 424, so we want like 412's fine. Put the speed down. Okay, let's take a look. How long is this taking? And why? Okay, I have... Okay, no money. Oh. Tiny delay there. We're gonna let that go for now. Okay, mines came up very quickly, keeping that Marine production going. Academy. Okay, let's see. So 444. Let's take a look. Alright, so Marines, I've started Marine production again. Hit like a couple seconds late. Mines, hit that. I have to make 2 vultures. That's my notation might look weird to people, but this is kind of how I think. So, like for instance, right? Some things I have supply measures for, and some things I don't. Right. So, for instance, there's no supply that I send 2 SCVs back to gas. So I go at the factor at 800 health. That's when I put it back on gas. And for instance. There's not a certain supply I hit the mines on. It's just right after I start tank 2, that's my next 100 gas goes immediately into mines, and I should be starting it right as I get that, right? And then I have timestamps as well. This is one of the most interesting things that I've found, because I've been practicing this build for a while, obviously. Flash can get his Academy on 440, and I'm always getting it closer to 445. Let's take a look in the game, right? 444, I just started the Academy. I don't know how he does it, because... well, I do know how he does it. Right? I delay an additional Marine, and that's how I get it this quickly. But I need to start boosting my minerals. I need to make sure my SCVs are mining a little bit more quickly, because you already see big differences in mine and Flash's play, right? He'll start this at 440, and he'll have his 4th Marine making right now. So, kind of an interesting thing. 444. That's a very recurring thing that we go there. That I have happen. Okay, so the next things I'm looking for here are going to be the command center going to land, 10 workers sent down. That would include, it's a total of 11 workers you generally want down there at this point when you make a 20cc, one of which would be this guy, or one that I have on the ramp, whatever, we'll see. But my SCV production isn't 100% perfect, so if I send 10 instead of 11, I'll give myself that. And then right after the armory at 503. So, okay, let's go and take a look, follow this through. Get that 3rd Marine popping. Here comes the tank. The command center's done, lifted. Okay, this SCV being sent back. There's a couple goons there. Okay, so see, I don't have my 4th Marine yet. This is almost every game I play with this build. This is what it looks like. I also want to back up just a moment here. Yeah, 8 seconds looks good. I want to make sure I'm getting that vulture immediately. Let's take a look. 56 minerals. There we go. Yeah, that was immediate. As soon as I had the minerals for that. Okay, the tank's coming down. Marine on the way. I should have SCVs coming. Okay, so I'm setting 10. Okay, I mean, one SCV off, this is okay. You gotta be careful of that. Okay. I have my second Vulture queued. My armory is a bit late right now. This isn't the biggest deal because you don't line up +2 perfectly here. So this is... Well, let's see exactly when I get it. But like basically right after you send your SCVs down, you should be making that armory. So hopefully I get that started. Okay, that looks like the armory SCV. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go with a hit for this. Down here, armory. Okay, so this was at 523. So that's a little bit off. 20 seconds later than it should be. Okay. So the next things I am looking for here. Depot on 41, second gas on 44. My scanners will be coming. Oh, what did I just do? Did I mess anything up? No, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so scanners on 44, first weapon attack on 44. That's not going to happen, obviously, because this is 20 seconds late. Depot on 44. Scan Protoss main 607. So we're going to go up to the scan and see how I do there. Of course, I have to do a little bit of scuffling with these units, push his stuff back, get my vultures out. Hopefully I'm producing SCVs. A little bit slow, as you can see. Looks like I'm microing my units here. Yeah, just a tad slow on that. Okay, let's take a look. Now, this is an interesting part that I always find myself messing up on. As this vulture finishes, you need to have siege tanks starting again. I also should be making a depot now, so let's take a look. Okay, there's my depot. Good depot, but the siege tank hasn't started. Okay, so let's go here for a moment. Get this. The next thing technically should be the second gas, but this is ready for scanners as well, and I'm a little bit late on that for sure. And I'm late on my supply. So you can see that, like, for instance, I haven't lost anything except for one SCV. So you can give yourself kind of one supply differential here. But I've also not been perfectly quick with making SCVs, right? There's been little tiny gaps in between SCV production. And, I mean, I can't really show you that on screen, but I saw it earlier. We kind of looked at that, so let's take a look at this. Hit play. Okay, so this is late. Yeah, so there it is. Okay, so this is something that has been a hard point for me, because you're supposed to have about 6 tanks when your third command center finishes, and like 6 volts. And I never have that. I always have 4 or 5 tanks. And this is why. We're finding that right now. So let's go back a little bit here. Yeah, that looks like enough. Okay, so this second vulture. Late armory. Let's see it. Okay, vulture's finishing 5:35. Let's see when the tank starts. "11 seconds. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Oops. Seconds between volt number 2 and tank. Okay. Alright. So now I'm hitting that 44-ish supply. 44, here's the scanners. Let's take a look. Where's that scanner? There it is. There's the gas. So I'm kind of hitting those things, but everything is slowed down a little bit at this point. So this is where mistakes already start really piling up, right? You know, this has been done a while. I probably missed at least like an entire SCV build time. I would imagine something like that. I'm not going to go that in depth right now, but you know, there's the couple seconds every now and then adds up pretty quickly. This is 20 seconds late. This tank is 11 seconds late. Okay, second factory. Let's look. So that second factory is at 606. All right, going over my spreadsheet. So this is, we'll go with kinda, and no. Did I ever get another depot? There's another depot. Yes, that's kinda. The scan on Protoss main is supposed to happen a second from now. Oh, I might actually hit that. Hey. That's cool. Okay, factory number 2. I actually start this at 6:06. Look at that. A little bit early. Huh. Okay, let's jump back in here and take a look. Okay. Another tank is making. That's good. A little bit slow on. There we go. The scan. So this is a 6:14 scan. So I'm not that far behind as far as the scanners go. It looks like I'm about 7 seconds behind. Don't forget that my academy already was 4 seconds behind, so it took me a few seconds afterwards to actually start my scanners. Obviously, it's never going to line up perfectly with SCV production, so there should be some sort of wiggle room there. Okay. My +1 is a little bit slow. Wow. So +1 is actually getting started after the factory. 24. Yeah. The supply numbers don't matter as much for this. I'm looking more at time. Okay. Going back to the game just to check out what my vultures are doing. Kind of a good mine there. Good couple mines here to slow down a third. Checking for his other possible third. I already went up here. That was actually an accident. Whatever. My tank production, obviously we are about 11 seconds behind on tanks. And also, this is kind of an interesting thing, right? Because a lot of the buildings will be, I start doing things in orders and not necessarily supplies. Like I have supply numbers down, but it's not the most impactful thing. Like of the exact supply, it's a guideline. But so what I'm trying to say here is factory number 2, I actually started at 13 seconds early, right? As its add-on is finishing, you're generally supposed to go into vultures, but this game I know I don't because I'm behind on siege tanks. So if that's 13 seconds quick, and then also I'm 11 seconds behind on a tank, that's 24 seconds of tank build time that will confuse me a little bit later on. So let's look. Depots. Okay, keep that tank production up. Oh, the siege mode, that's actually something I wanted to check. Siege mode at about 54. So I'm a couple supply behind. Again, I've lost 1 SCV. I haven't lost any vultures. My SCVs are a little bit bad, a little bit off in production. We're going to go with a kinda here. We're going to go with a hit here. Because, truthfully, it's not about the 54 supply, it's about the order, right? Factory number 2, a depot, siege mode with non-stop siege tanks. So that's good. Okay. And I should be starting another depot soon. We'll go back and look. Okay, the add-on right away, that's good. I should be starting a depot right around now. Looks like this guy came down for a command center. I might be hitting my depots fine, actually, when I look at this. I'm not too worried about that. Oh, looks like I forgot I sent that there. Sent another one down to the command. Okay. 7:15. Whoa! Looky there. We're calling that a hit. Alright. This seems okay. Hit. Alright. I mean, you know, there's been some flaws, but, doing alright. Let's go back. And siege mode is on the way, and all this. Actually, let's take a look at the browser real quick. Looking for Starport next. Vulture speed right after Starport. Depot, eBay. I know this eBay is going to be late. I'm always late on that eBay. Just my depots, science facility, armory. And then the move up to the third base. Okay. So we know what we're looking for. Okay, so as we approach, what is it? 7:28. That's when the Starport's supposed to be made. Okay, so this right here is what I was talking about before, right? As this finishes, now again, this is 13 seconds quicker than it should be. And one of the tanks is 11 seconds longer than it should be, or later than it should be, because I had 11 seconds in between Vulture number 2 and the siege tank. So I'm supposed to have 6 tanks before I start Vulture production. I have 5 tanks, right? Vulture production starts when this ends, when this finishes. So you can actually see, if I had 24 more seconds build time on this factory before this was done, this would actually line up really well. And I wouldn't be making 2 siege tanks right now like a bimbo nerd. So, pretty close. It's not, you know, this is not like game-breaking stuff. You know, maybe maybe rain will kill me because this is how it goes down, but it seems okay. Alright. Let's look. Just kind of hitting depots and stuff. Where's the Starport? Starport should be started by now. Okay. It was a 7:38 or so. Okay, Starport 7:38. So that's 10 seconds late. Not too bad. Don't forget the armory was 20 seconds late, so it's not going to make a very big difference. Vulture speed should be started up. We're looking for depots, the eBay, science facility right after this. This is an easy portion to hit. Some scans going down, who cares? Yeah, hitting some depots and stuff. My supply is not getting blocked. Oh, did it? Yes, it did. It got blocked. Okay, so we're going to jump back. And, okay, so Vulture speed, we're going to go with a hit for that. It was right after Starport. 64 depot. Miss. Okay, so why did I miss that? Let's see. This was right around 7, let's go to 7:30 or so. I'm going to jump over to this. Okay. What am I doing that makes me miss a depot here? Okay, so I'm kind of moving my units into position. Okay, so that's when I started. I started at 62, Wait a minute. Does that not start or something? No, it starts. Why am I supply blocked then? Oh, you know what? I probably missed a different depot a little bit further down. So we're actually going to jump over to here. It was probably like this. No, I hit kinda. Huh. Not sure exactly. This was pretty much a hit. Okay. Back into here. Okay, so my eBay should be getting started right around now. Making my vultures, so that's pretty good. Another depot. Good stuff. Okay, so the move up. Hold on. What am I looking for? So, going to the third base, you go up to the third base about 8:30. Right now it's 8:18. I think I actually moved up here. Yeah, I know why I moved up here. It's because I was talking to Nyokin about this, because I have a hard time taking my third on Fighting Spirit sometimes. But like I knew where his Dragoons were because they were clearing out a vulture. So I was like, okay, I'll just go take high ground now. So I took it a little bit early, but that's okay. But yeah, and just to show that right in the game, I knew that the Dragoons were not close enough to stop this getting the high ground. And once you get the high ground, you're pretty good. But one of the interesting things here, and again, I keep talking about the factory timing. That's like one of the hardest things for me personally, is I have like a unit count I'm supposed to have when I move up here, right? At 8:30, I should have 6 tanks total, 4 Marines, and 6 Vultures over at my base. And I might still have 2 Vultures alive on the map. So that's how many units I should have at 8:30. It doesn't look like I'm going to quite have that. I'm going to go take a look. We'll go up to 8:30 and then pause it. Also, we're looking for the production of, hold on, 3 more seconds. Okay, here we are. So I have, let's look, 7 tanks, 4 Marines, so it's +1 tank. And my Vulture production has like it's about halfway through because I built those extra tanks. So here it's like 7 tanks, 3 bolts. And that makes sense when you look at build times and stuff and the differences that we're seeing here, as well as the factories I talked about before. You can see all this kind of building up and what's wrong with it, right? This is what I'm supposed to have at 8:30. This is what I have, and I have 4 Marines, of course. 4 Marines. Okay. The other thing I'm looking for is Science Facility right away and Armory right away. So, jump back into here. There's my eBay. This is a little late. I'm supposed to make the eBay before I move up. So if I'm moving up at 8:30, I need to be making this, you know, probably 8:20. Maybe, let's call it 15 seconds late. Approximately. My command center should be floating by now. Let's look. No science facility still. Look at that gas banking. Oof. I have 2 SCVs coming up. Ugh, there we go. There's the science facility. Okay, so this is most certainly a bit late. Late. I don't see the armor yet, but it's going to be right here if I recall correctly. Oh yeah, and CC float is late. Okay, go back in here. Yeah, there's the armory. Now, factory time. Let's take a look. Okay. So, factory starting at 8:59. That's factory number 3. 14 seconds late. So it's 8:59. And factory number 4 is supposed to be at 9:04. I think I'm actually going to hit that one. Of course, I need my SCVs transferred. Obviously, that is going to be a bit late because the CC float is late. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this one starts at like 9. So, okay. I mean, that one's pretty close. It's this one that was a little bit slow. 2-1. My science facility is late, so that's going to be a little bit late. We're going to watch for that. Yeah, that command center float very, very late. Can actually speed this up a little bit. There goes my transfer. Okay. Watching for upgrades. Get my add-on, that's fine for add-on timing. Oh, this is killing me. Start your upgrades, Artosis. There it is. 9:51. Wow, that's so late. That is so late. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that difference right there. 9:51 compared to 9 minutes. Crazy. Crazy. Science facility was very late, as we recall. And what about the starport? The starport was 10 seconds late. So realistically, this only had to be 10 seconds late if I nailed everything else. So the problem was the science facility building and then not starting it right away. Okay. Basically hit... Yeah, I mean, I'm making the stuff there. We're going to put OKs. Okay. Okay. Third gas. Around 96 supply. Yeah, this is maybe a little bit early. Alright. Factories 5 through 8. So you're basically starting 4 factories at once at 10 minutes. That's the next thing we're looking for. That's 9 seconds from where I am in the game right now. Let's see. Well, okay, we're at 10 minutes. No factories in sight. Oh my god, I'm even starting my armor a little bit late. Okay, let's see when it does start. I need 4 factories starting up if I am to max on time. No, those SVs are going to go mine. No one's interested in building factories today. Still not starting my armor. Oh my god. Okay. We got to look at the VOD. And the place we're going to look at the VOD is going to be... Let's see. The 2-1 was supposed to start at 9 minutes, right? Let's go back to around 9 minutes and watch from there. What the hell am I doing? Okay, I'm making the 2 factories. Of course, one of those was a little bit late. The other one was just a tad early, but that's okay. I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. Just kind of scouting a little bit, making some units, setting up the wall. That's fine. Where's my command center? It's on the way. Yep. Okay, getting that to land. My tanks were sieged poorly, so that took extra time. Okay, doing my transfer. Splitting them out. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm kind of producing. Get my... Oh, I didn't have enough minerals when I went to make my attack upgrade. Okay. Oh, I didn't land my command center. Just a little bit of sloppiness going on. Okay, there's finally that. Oh, my SCV transferring wasn't really that good. I'm watching units run around, so I'm getting a little bit nervous. I shouldn't be, though. That's like... He would be so stupid to attack up there. Okay, so we're hitting past 10 minutes now. So my SCV... it seems like my SCV mining was all a little bit off. The very late transfer to my third base has cut into my mineral flow, and I just don't have the money to make the factories on time. So much about this is just producing your SCVs and getting them to mine. Okay, this is good stuff. Yeah, I'm still not producing. Missing some SCVs. Okay, so 1052, starting some factories. 1052, 3 factories to start. Just not quite up to par here. Kind of checking what I'm doing here. I'm like running around with vultures a little bit, which can be okay if you're hitting your build. But really at this point I just really need to be hitting my build. I'm not quite doing it. Okay. So what have we learned here? Where are my big holes that I'm having a hard time with? This stuff I went on a lot about the factory timings and the 11 seconds here, the 16 seconds on the, or the 13 seconds on the factory. Those are something. The late float on the third command center, and the third command center being a bit far away as well. I definitely built the third command center in a poor place. It was like here, probably should have been down here, and then floated immediately. I lost time because my tank sieged poorly. I had to unsiege and move the command center. Yeah. Let's see what else. So factory timings were a bit off because of that. Getting that third actually mining seems to be... Getting the third mining and keeping my SCV production up. Some macro problems seem to be what kind of stopped me here. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward to when my move out actually occurs to just see what time, just for shits and giggles. Because you'll get 2-1 and max out at 12:30 if you do this perfectly. So I'm like way far behind this game. Okay. I'm 50 supply behind where Flash would be in this situation. My upgrades are about to finish, so like the upgrades are okay as long as they're finishing as you're moving out. I think it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Obviously my 3-2 will be a little bit slow. But yeah. Okay. think that this was a really worthwhile analysis to just kind of see some of the points where I'm having trouble in this matchup and executing this particular build. So hopefully I'm going to be able to fix those and do a bit better in the next one.